Let's set up a test. Imagine two identical starting scenarios. You invest $10,000 at a 5% yield, and you leave it completely alone for 50 years. Scenario A ends up generating $35,000. Scenario B generates $114,674. Curious. The initial cash, the rate, and the timeline are exactly the same. So where did that extra $79,000 come from? We are wired to expect linear growth. When we think of interest, we usually picture simple interest, a flat, predictable addition each year, where the base amount of money never changes. But true wealth accumulation operates on exponential curves. The progress crawls at first, and then it rapidly accelerates. To understand how wealth is actually created, we have to look past our linear instincts and break down the exact mathematics of exponential growth. This is the standard compound interest formula. We have P for your principal, R for the interest rate, N for how often that interest is calculated, and T for time. The engine driving this equation is surprisingly simple. You are earning interest on your accumulated interest. Take our $10,000 example. In year 1, a 5% return creates $500. But in year 2, that 5% applies to a new base of $10,500. That creates a mathematical feedback loop. The yield from one period automatically expands the size of the principal for the next period. A compounding principal is a living entity. It fuels its own growth. So what happens to your total return if a bank calculates that interest more often? Monthly, daily, hourly? Let's isolate the compounding frequency variable, N. Imagine a textbook scenario, investing a single dollar at a 100% annual rate. Compounded annually, you get $2. Semi-annually gets you $2.25. Quarterly pushes it to $2.44. As we increase the frequency, monthly, hourly, by the minute, the returns grow, but they do so in shrinking increments. Even as the frequency approaches infinity, the sequence never reaches $3. It plateaus at a hard mathematical limit. This constant is 2.718, Euler's number, represented by the letter E. Like pi, it is an irrational number that describes the maximum possible result of continuous growth. This gives us the continuous compounding formula. The discrete time periods are gone, replaced by a constant smooth curve. Because frequency eventually hits this mathematical wall, increasing how often interest is calculated is not the primary driver of massive long-term wealth. Let's look at the continuous compounding formula one more time. The true unconstrained driver of the curve is right here, the time variable, t. Time sits in the exponent of this formula. This position means it dictates the absolute steepness and velocity of the growth curve. To visualize this exponent in action, we use a practical shortcut called the rule of 72. It calculates exactly how long it takes an investment to double. If you have a 10% return, divide 72 by 10. Your money doubles every 7.2 years. A longer timeline provides more of these doubling cycles. Mathematically speaking, time is the single most powerful variable you control because it directly feeds the exponent. Let's prove the power of that exponent with a real-world scenario comparing two investors, Alex and John. Alex starts early. She invests $1,000 a month starting at age 20 and stops completely at 30. Her total committed principal is $120,000. John delays his strategy, starting at age 30 until 50. He invests for twice as long, committing $240,000. Assuming a 6% return until age 65, Alex ends up wealthier, despite investing half the cash. Alex wins because she started a full decade earlier. Her money had more time to cycle through the exponential curve. But there is a psychological hurdle here, explained by the 8-4-3 rule. Because the curve starts flat, the foundational growth phase, usually the first 8 years, will feel agonizingly slow. Then the exponent takes over. The next doubling takes 4 years. The one after that takes 3. The velocity rapidly increases. Wealth building depends most heavily on starting as early as possible. This provides the runway the exponent needs to